How you have like this feeling like this is not real. This did not just happen to me.
New at 5:30, a Nigerian immigrant is suing a Columbus medical practice accusing an employee of sexual misconduct. Oyime Williams says this happened at a clinic that is credentialed by the federal government to provide immigration exams, which are required for a green card. That is what Williams was doing at the time, and she is wondering if other immigrant women have similar stories. I'd like to warn you that this story contains descriptions of sexual misconduct that some of our viewers might find disturbing. Oyime Williams spoke with me over Zoom so her Chicago-based attorney could be part of the conversation.
And I don't know if I'm going to be able to heal completely.
The Columbus resident came to the U.S. from Nigeria on a student visa. She got a job at Walmart, and things were going well.
That like 4 different promotions in 3 years. And so I kind of like just poured myself into work.
Williams applied for her green card. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services requires all green card applicants to undergo a medical examination. The exam must be performed by a doctor designated by USCIS as what's called a civil surgeon. The government website lists civil surgeons by location. That's how Williams found Trust Medical Services on South Hamilton Road in 2021.
It was just like a series of, meeting different people in different rooms. And I went in there and I saw a guy with a white coat, and I actually thought it was a doctor.
Williams didn't know what to expect of the exam.
He said, take off your shirt for me.
She decided to trust the professionals and unbutton her shirt.
I said that at first. I did not know what he was talking about because I did not expect him to admire my breast, So he said, this is nice. I like this. This is beautiful. And I got a little bit uncomfortable, but then, like I said, to me, this is a doctor, so I did not want to accuse anyone of what they were not really doing.
I am not naming the man in the white coat. He has not been charged with a crime. But Williams says he pulled one side of her bra down, touched her breast, and went on to collect a blood sample from her arm. She says the man asked for her phone number and left. He did not return.
But it was at the end of this that I realized what happened. And as I was walking out, I was so scared. I sat in the car. I couldn't drive. For maybe at least 10 minutes, I couldn't drive. I was shaking, physically shaking.
Williams decided to report the phlebotomist to Trust Medical when she returned days later for another round of vaccinations. This time, she was recording on her phone. Listen to this interaction between Williams and a receptionist.
He reached into my bra, the side of my bra, and lifted it with his hands like that and looked inside to see my nipples.
Hold on one second, I'll let you stop right there. That will happen because you are not the first person.
I'm not the first person?
No.
The receptionist appears to sympathize with Williams, telling her she was aware of at least 2 other complaints against the same person.
The only thing I will tell you is going to be hard to win since you really don't have a video or something. But I want to remove him from here. That's my goal. Because I don't want him to do it to another person, ever.
The receptionist called a manager to report the problem. That was the last Williams heard from Trust Medical.
For a very long time, I stopped walking because I was so scared to be around men. I'm constantly having panic attacks. I'm constantly just looking over my shoulder.
I tried to get the clinic side of the story.
Thanks for holding. We appreciate your time and patience.
After calling twice, I couldn't get anyone on the phone there. I also emailed the practice and filled out the Contact Us form on the website. A lawsuit just filed by attorney Daisy Ayon accuses the phlebotomist of battery and infliction of emotional distress, and his employers of negligence.
This is a clinic that caters to immigrant community and immigrant women. And immigrant women are particularly vulnerable to being subjected to these types of insults by medical professionals.
According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, that vulnerability is a result of language and cultural barriers, fear that asking for help will lead to deportation, and a lack of information on sexual assault.
The reason that this individual was able to be there and be so successful at victimizing women is because the companies that employed him didn't do anything to educate women and empower women to speak out, to make sure that they understood the process.
Williams hopes that by sharing her voice in court, it can be heard by others who might be scared to speak up.
maybe I should be this voice, to speak up. Maybe, who knows, I might be able to serve one other African immigrant in this country, from condoning this.
Now, in separate answers to the lawsuit, the phlebotomist, Trust Medical, and LabCorp, which is also named as a defendant, denied the allegations. The receptionist you saw in Williams's video is not named. The phlebotomist's attorney could not comment on the case, but told me his client does not work at Trust Medical anymore. Trust Medical did not respond to any of my emails, and LabCorp told me the company does not comment on pending litigation. Now, if you or someone you care about may have experienced sexual assault, head to NBC4i.com, where I have posted some resources.